Coming to you live from the Loading Ready Run underground orbiting moon base, it's the LRRcast. It's fine.
Yeah. Keep going. Keep going. Yeah.
It's like, this is experimental music.
Clearly.
There's no end.
Yeah.
There's no need for it to ever end.
We'll just do half an hour of that. So everyone seemed to like our new podcast scheduling idea.
Mm-hmm.
I think it works.
likes less of us. Or
Yes.
shorter of us.
Well, technically more of us on average.
More of us.
More compressed.
But
Maybe
more-
like 15 to 20 minutes more of us a week.
But being less tiresome.
Apparently so, yes.
But
Not droning on for an hour.
less length more frequently.
Yes.
If we ever get Matt back here to do another one of these, which is not really an if, it's a when, how is he going to adapt to this format? Because it takes Matt 15 minutes just to warm up.
Well,
We'll
there's
just
no
tell him-
room at the table, and we only have 4 mics, so I don't think that's a problem.
Yeah, we'll just put him in the other room and he'll have to yell in every so often.
Yeah.
Done.
Guys, I'm playing the thing.
Shut up.
So, yes, so this is the LRRcast, where it will be largely Askler today, but we have a couple things to talk about. PAX East. If you are going to be at PAX East, then so are we. Ha ha. We have a panel. It is a normal length panel this year, which was by design. It is from 7 to 8 on Friday night, which I believe, actually I should check this.
What?
The location of it, because
It's the Naga Theater.
Yeah.
yeah,
think that's
which
true.
I think is one of the theaters that is rigged for
for Twitch?
for streaming on Twitch.
Ah.
It's also the first time you'll be able to go to a Loading Ready Run panel and not have to choose between us and the incredible concerts they put on at PAX. So we're super pumped about that. Because I've never actually been to I've never been to a PAX. Oh no, that's not true. Once I went and saw like
We didn't.
I
Have
saw VGO. I saw the Video Game Orchestra, and then
we
I had
didn't
to
have a
leave
panel the
immediately.
first year we went to PAX. Were you not there the first year we
No.
went to
Yeah.
PAX? Right.
I have always not been able to go to the concerts. Last PAX East, I saw one set and then had to leave immediately to go to our panel.
And the VGO was good though.
They were amazing. I was sad that I had to leave.
I don't know where that email is, but I think it's one of the ones rigged for Twitch. Which, if it is, means that you'll be able to see it even if you're not at PAX. Which should be
Nice.
pretty cool. So theoretically, it'll be live streaming between 7 and 8, but certainly if you're there, it'll be between 7 and 8. And immediately following it, in a different theater.
In the same theater, I think. But they're both in Naga.
Really?
I looked on the website the other day.
All right.
Which is the other one?
Blank panel.
The
Oh, yeah.
blankety blank panel, the game show panel, hosted by Susan from The Escapist, and Kathleen and I are both panelists again on the match game.
Yeah, it's sort of become like a tradition that Graham and I go and go on the match game. Last year, I out-filthied Major Nelson.
That was pretty
It
entertaining.
was an achievement. I felt
Also,
good about
we'll
that
have a
one.
table in Bandland, so come and say hi and
Buy some stuff.
buy our stuff. And
Is
Hang
there there's no screening block this year?
no, but we're planning, I think, for a period of time on probably Sunday or something to hang out in the tabletop area and play some Magic. Because I know a bunch of folks want to play Magic.
Is
So-
there also an escapist panel?
Oh, there is an Escapist movie night,
Ah,
and that's also on Friday. So likely that we'll probably show up to that also.
right.
So plenty of opportunities to hang out with us at PAX East.
Nice.
Yeah. And earlier on Friday, I will be joining a bunch of other people on the Strip Search panel,
Mm-hmm.
which brings us to the other thing we were going to talk about, Strip Search, because we didn't talk about it last week, even though it had launched. We're 3 episodes in as of today, and it's getting cool.
Yeah, this is things start to get scary.
Mm-hmm. I like that there's very not divisive, but very different feedback in the response, in like the comments. Like it's generally positive, but a lot of like, oh, this is more of a reality show than I thought, or oh, this is less of a reality show than I thought, and
Yeah, it's amazing how some people can be like, this is too much reality show, and some people are like, this is just not enough reality show.
yeah.
It's like, what do you want?
Well, it's
Different people want different things,
yeah.
right?
I can tell you that we're giving them what we're giving them, which is as much of a reality show as this is. Like
It's done, so
yeah,
it's not like we can
it's,
change it now.
Yeah.
we made the show that and when I say we in this instance, I mean us and Penny Arcade. We made the show that we wanted to see and that we thought other people would want to see as well.
Mm-hmm.
So
I like Gabe in his news post today was talking about how he considers it successful that people are complaining about the decisions that were made, that Amy made in terms of who won
Yes.
or who is going to go to elimination or
Yep.
whatever. So that's entirely by design.
yeah, so there's more fun stuff to come. As you saw at the end of that episode, the next episode is the actual elimination,
Mm-hmm.
which is going to be
Super cool.
crazy.
Cray.
Yeah.
Cray.
And by the way, Amy's T-shirt is indeed available in the PA store right now.
Is it
Yep.
really?
Mhm.
Yep, in
Sweet.
both guys and gals styles.
Oh my god,
So,
I gotta order one.
Yeah.
yeah, it's the design has obviously been refined since what you see in the strip search video, and it looks pretty sweet.
Mhm.
Yeah. Well, no, they're gonna make her.
I like there's a lot of other comments. Well, yeah, obviously they were going to finish the design.
It's like, no, I know you just tossed this out in an hour.
Yeah. I like that there was a lot of other comments as well talking about which designs they preferred and which how they didn't think that some people's were the worst and they thought other people's were better, and it's great.
Yeah,
I
yeah.
don't know. Like,
Love
'Cause you always-
for
you
Katie's
always-
design.
Yeah, because unlike you say you're watching like Hell's Kitchen, you can't taste that, right?
Right.
So it's like you're like, all right, these are Gordon Ramsay's brought in 3 other master chefs to taste so and so's design, and they say it's too salty. So, man,
I'm
that
sure-
guy made his food too salty. How dare he? But this, you're like, I can see it. I can form my own opinions on
Yeah,
what art or designs I like.
I'm pretty sure I know exactly what that T-shirt would look like.
Yeah, yeah.
Are the other T-shirt designs going to be going up into the spoiler stuff like the?
Mhm.
Excellent.
So you can look at them all.
Oh,
Yeah.
They're not. I don't think they're up there yet,
I
but
don't
they
think
will
so
be
yet,
going
but
up.
they will be, or
Yeah.
at least they should be. I don't actually
Yeah.
run that part of the site, so
I totally agree with all the commentary on that. Like, Mac's design is amazing, and I want it on a poster.
Mm-hmm.
I was like, this looks so good. It's really busy for a shirt. Like,
Yeah.
I was thinking that while he was doing it. I was like, so close. It's so far.
Yeah. But we didn't say anything.
Nope.
Not about influencing that.
Nope.
So, yeah. I wonder if we have any questions about strip search this week.
I don't know.
But we have
I
questions.
haven't read them all yet.
Mm.
All right. We
I think there's one or two.
so
Oh.
these are Twitter questions.
Yeah. So I decided.
Was that Kathleen?
Oh, I was going to say, but we do have some news that we're going to have a new Loading Ready Run shirt coming to our store very soon.
Yes, you'll hear more about that.
All right. So, in lieu of a forum topic, because I don't want to litter the forums every single week with a new thing, and there's other outlets for us to ask questions, I asked Twitter this morning if they had any questions, and they do.
We should do it like forum and then like Twitter and then like Facebook.
Look, we
and
can
we-
do Facebook next week.
Probably should.
yeah,
So.
and then like I don't know something else maybe.
So if you
Smoke
haven't,
signals.
so
Smoke
yeah,
Smoke
next,
signals. Yes.
Yeah.
I was
yeah,
just
next week we'll go for
Morse
Facebook.
code.
So if you haven't
Ooh, Morse code.
followed Loading Ready Run on Twitter, it's at Loading Ready Run.
Yep.
And if you haven't liked us on Facebook, it's Facebook/Loading Ready Run.
So yeah, go check us out. First question from Brian Davey says, any advice for a first-time PAX East goer?
Ooh.
Well, considering the weather, I'd say dress warm
Yep.
because
Yeah.
it's snowing there right now.
Like anything at the con is basically like read the schedule, figure out the sort of things you want to see.
Yep.
And
Make a battle plan.
try to don't try to overdo it because PAX East is huge.
Oh my
but,
God.
But sort of like metagaming the con, bring food.
that was going to be my piece of advice too.
Bring
The-
snacks.
The on-site food, like there's like a fun like food courty like
It's fair food.
fairground thing that they do, which is okay. But the like convention center official food is very expensive.
Very expensive.
And there's no other food anywhere nearby.
Yeah, well, I mean, the issue is the convention center is sort of out in this part of Boston they're trying to develop.
Yeah.
It's in like the middle of a light industrial area right
Yeah.
now.
So there are a couple of restaurants that are nearby that are pretty good, but they are a 10 to 15 minute walk away, and they are very busy during PAX East. So yeah, snacks. Definitely bring snacks.
And bring healthy snacks because you don't want You don't want to overdo it. Like, you don't want to sugar crash yourself. You want to enjoy this.
Yeah, carrots, baby carrots, granola bars, that kind of thing.
Also, wash your hands
Wash your hands.
Yeah.
every time
Wash
Well,
your hands.
the
because you're touching lots of stuff.
the PAX salute, right?
The Iron Cross.
The Iron Cross.
or the Iron Guard. Sorry. Yeah, I mean, there's hand sanitizer stations everywhere, but honestly, just washing your hands is enough. I think I tweeted this last time. PAX is the only, not PAX, but conventions are the only place where I will wash my hands before I go to the bathroom.
Yep.
And then after. Of course.
Yeah.
But it's like I go to the bathroom, I'm like, my hands feel gross. I don't want to touch myself with these hands.
Yeah.
Yeah. The other thing is, like, Graham was not kidding when he said the BECE. BECE. Yeah. The Boston. No,
BCEC.
The Boston Convention and Exposition Center.
Correct.
Is big. It's real big. It's a
Huge.
quarter-mile long.
Yeah.
So wear your most comfortable shoes if you are planning on seeing the show floor. Also, if your feet do hurt, certain booths have really nice soft padded carpet.
Oh,
Last
yeah.
year, the Nintendo booth was amazing. So if your feet hurt, just go play the DSs for a while, because they had, like, I swear, like 2 inches of foam underneath their carpet. It was just like,
They know what they're doing.
thank you, Nintendo.
And this is a personal thing. Your mileage may vary on this, but oftentimes there'll be a game that's just about to come out. It's big hype for this game. They'll be able, you can play it early there. They'll have like some sort of thing with like giant lines. You'll be able to play it, maybe get a T-shirt or something. You've only got 3 days at PAX. Consider that you could be waiting for 3 hours in a line to play a game that comes out in 2 weeks.
Don't do
Yeah.
that.
I wouldn't do that.
In terms of use of time, there's so much more fun things to do at
Yeah,
PAX.
like
Yeah,
if
especially if
you've
you're
got,
lukewarm on the game. If you're
if
like,
it-
I would like to play that
if it
game.
comes out in like 10 months or something and you really, really want to play it, then, sure. But like if it's coming out fairly soon, it's coming out fairly soon. You'll get a chance to play it for reals. I would see the rest of the show. So
Especially all the indie booths and stuff, because the indie booths typically show off games that aren't going to come out for many, many months, and it's really the only place you're going to see those games. So I really recommend that. And also, if you like the game, the indie booths are great because the developers and the people who worked on the game are right there, and you can ask them about it and even give them some feedback on their game, which they really like.
I remember when I played the pre-release of Shank. Before they had actually announced what console it was coming out on.
Right.
yeah.
And so it was, they just had like this like cardboard box.
yeah.
And so
With
they're
question marks
They're
drawn
like with
on it,
question
yeah.
marks on it. Except obviously I had like I had like a 360 controller. And so they're like, so I'm like, what's it coming out for? And like, oh, we're keeping that in our hats. And like, but it's a 360 controller, right? And they're like, yes.
It could have
maybe.
been PC.
Yeah, it could have been something else. But it was 360.
It was. Yeah.
But actually, that got me super excited, and I totally bought Shank as soon as it came out.
Nice.
Because it's a great game.
All right, next question. Simple one. Will there ever be a Kathleen and James episode of Feed Dump? Yes, at some point, for sure.
Actually, we are coming up rapidly to the 100th episode of Feed Dump. So James, we're on like episode 91, just went up. So for episode 100, it should be the never before seen combination of Kathleen and James.
I feel like it should be like all of us.
yeah.
Actually,
It should
yeah.
be
Like a
hard.
bunch of
maybe
people.
maybe
Bulk dump?
99, you and me can do 99, and then
Okay.
100 can be everybody who's ever been in a Feed Dump ever
Oh my
that we
God.
can get a hold of.
100-person feed dump.
Oh, that'd
That
be
could be
so
one
hard to
crowded
edit.
ass couch.
I could we'll get like Matt and Lily to Skype in.
I think you'd like tag out with people. No, they'd have to come over.
Oh my God, do it like tag team style?
Yeah.
Like do it a Royal Rumble feed dump?
Oh, yeah.
Wow.
Oh, that sounds amazing.
All right, planning later.
Wow.
Failhouse 29, lost for good?
Oh God, probably. How
All right.
long ago was that?
No, I don't know.
Oh, that was one. Remember we lost the fail house?
Oh yeah.
Yeah, it's
Yeah.
probably gone
Yeah,
forever.
gone
Yeah.
forever.
Sorry.
Will you be posting a recording of your PAX East panel? If it is streamed, we won't have to. It'll be recorded. But
I believe Sarah is planning to.
yeah, there will
she
be somebody.
And I think she and because Jason can't make it to East, but she and King Cool, I believe, are planning on recording it. So, yeah, sure, there'll
Yeah.
be some fun.
Something will be.
Also, it'll only be an hour this year, so
Yes.
it won't be like redonkulous.
Yeah.
So that means it'll be super competently filmed because Sarah was one of our camera people
Yeah.
on Strip Search. She was
story.
camera 2.
I think
I don't know if our cameras
was-
were named rock, paper, scissors, so I don't know if we
She
really
was-
had numbers.
she was Rock.
Yeah.
All right. Sam Green would like to know what Kickstarters have you backed? I've backed Soulforge. And
Soulforge.
I just backed Torment. because I was just, or Planescape because I was just like, yeah, why?
No, it's Torment.
It is Torment. Yeah,
it's
Torment.
not
It's not
decidedly
yeah,
not
that's
Planescape.
right.
I probably am gonna get in on Torment. Yeah, Soulforge and the
You did that
the
little...
nifty mini drives.
Yeah. Have you
which-
gotten them?
No, but they are out now. Like I should be getting it anytime soon.
Sweet.
I think it's Canada Post, but they've already sent out a thing being like, if you haven't gotten it, fill out this thing, let us know.
Okay.
So they should be arriving any day.
Sweet.
Which is they're a little it's a thing that sits in the SD card slot of your Apple laptop, and then you put a micro SD card into it, so you get like up to 64 gigs of additional.
Because it sits flush with
Yeah.
the, like, it's not just because the 13-inch MacBook Air has the reader.
Yeah.
And this just sits flush, so you can actually like travel with it inside.
Yeah, because the SD card, if you
Stick out.
if you plug an SD card in, it only goes in about halfway and sticks out.
Yeah.
So this is like a smaller thing that's made out of aluminum that's designed to sit in there. So yeah, it sits flush with the thing, and then you put a tiny SD card mini into
Mini
it.
SD.
Yeah. And then
Or is it micro SD?
micro? I think.
Didn't you
I can't
back the recoils as well?
No, I didn't. I just bought the recoils. Their Kickstarter was over. The recoil winder, which
Oh,
is
the
like
recoil was a Kickstarter?
Yeah.
Oh, okay, cool.
They're super sweet.
Our
I
friend Beth did a
Oh, yeah, yeah.
butcher's thing a while ago. I got some apple butter out of that, but that was a really really small one.
Yeah,
I
that
think
was like-
that's it.
Yeah, that was like $3,000.
Oh, no, and the Minecraft documentary.
Oh, yeah. I did that too.
I just got my
Oh, yeah.
I got my full thing like
Yeah,
last
the
week
DVD?
with like a little.
I didn't kick in that much.
I got the DVD and the little wind up creeper.
Yeah.
It's pretty sweet.
I backed something called the Amplifier, which is like a little thing that hooks onto a iPad,
It's sweet.
and it just redirects the audio from the iPad and makes it better to listen to for.
It's
long
literally like
periods.
cupping your
it's-
ear
Yeah.
over.
It's-
And it works really well.
Yeah, it works surprisingly well considering it's a completely acoustic solution, no actual electronics involved.
Yeah. No,
And so that turned out quite well. I got one for myself and one for Graham because
It,
I thought it was really
I have
cool.
to say that your amplifier now lives on my desk because I take it into. We don't have a shower radio, and it's something I would really like. I take my phone into the bathroom and put it on the amplifier so I can listen to streaming CBC while I have a shower, and I just crack the door
Nice.
because we don't have a roommate anymore, so I can have the door open when I'm showering.
Mm-hmm. So it doesn't get all foggy.
The
That's the best part of the shower.
and
The fog?
The fog.
Well, we don't have a fan in our bathroom
Oh,
because our
yeah.
building is old, so we
That's
have
true.
to we have
All
to
right.
eat.
yeah,
That's fair.
I've gotten a
It
few.
just fills with water.
I've gotten a few things like the like you got those cord things. They like things that were Kickstarters, but then were so successful they just are selling them now too.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. You can buy the nifty mini drives separately from their Kickstarter now.
Can you? Sweet.
Yeah.
Yeah, the Glyph.
Oh, yeah, yeah.
was
that's
originally a
yeah.
Kickstarter.
Yeah,
In
that
fact,
thing's
we
cool.
might have it right here.
Yeah, it's
it's
right in
right
front
there.
in front of the speaker.
It's a
This thing, you can't probably see that well,
but which you can't see if you're listening, but still.
it is a thing to allow a iPhone to be attached to a tripod, and it's super cool, very well made. And I also bought something else. Studio Neat, the company that makes this, also makes a thing called the Cosmonaut, which is a
the giant stylus.
yeah, it's a stylus that's sort of in the format of a dry erase marker rather than a pencil. And
So it's really thick.
yeah, well, it's the idea is that it's as thick as it actually is registering on the iPad, right? So it's not lying to you about how accurate it is.
Right.
So that's really cool too. But those weren't actually Kickstarters. Those were things that were Kickstarters that I didn't back, but then I just bought afterwards because I didn't find them out till later.
I'm trying to remember if I backed Obsidian's sort of like
Wasteland.
no, not Wasteland. That's being made by In Exile.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The Obsidian's like throwback Baldur's Gate-ish RPG.
Oh yeah. I didn't.
I forgot that. Yeah, there's a Baldur's Gate-ish RPG, and now Torment. Is coming out.
Yeah.
Nice.
Sweet. All right. Next question is indeed a strip search question.
Aha.
What he would like to know what the prep was like.
Oh God.
Intensive.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, we'll go into this in more detail, I'm sure, when the whole thing is over. But like, we were working on pre-production for that from like
July.
July, I think,
And we started filming in December.
coming up with ideas for for events and the logistics, and then all the pre-production through like the heavy pre-production through like September, October, November, and figuring out all the things we'd need to buy and
Rent and
where we needed to be and what we would call things and what we had to rent and who we needed to hire to do stuff. And
there's a lot of going back and forth with Theo, our sound guy, about how to best work the sound for that many people, because there's so many wireless mics going at once. 16 wireless mics at one time for the beginning of the show.
Yeah, it was definitely the biggest production that Loading Ready Run has been involved with, and the most pre-production we've ever done for anything.
Yeah, and Mike and Robert, I think, both said that, save PAX. This is the biggest project they've ever worked on too.
Yeah. Well, and the thing
I mean,
is,
Mike was like, this is like the biggest thing we've ever. Well, no, I guess that would be PAX. But apart from PAX, this is the biggest thing we've ever worked on.
a real issue sort of early in the pre-production was figuring out activities that large groups of people could do.
And would hopefully be visually interesting.
And would go well on camera and would showcase art skills and stuff like that. So there was a lot of ideas thrown around for, because we had to plan, like, obviously, because it's broken up, but there's like 2 events a day, right? We had to plan events that would work for large groups of people, odd and even numbered, right? Yeah. And stuff like that. So you get stuff like, and it's like, especially
you'll see.
Yeah, you'll see. But I mean, for the one that went up, Telephone Pictionary, when I suggested that be the first event, Robert Koo was like, really? That's not a very interesting thing. I was like, well, it's an art game and we need to show them drawing something.
Yeah.
Like quickly.
Yeah, and it's fast, which is the big, the key for that one.
Right? So you're like, is this going to make good TV? I don't know, but I have to like preface this. Like, it was very difficult to be like, 1, this will be good and visually interesting, and 2, it will show off what we're trying to do. Because while drawing cartoons is awesome, it is fundamentally a quiet, solitary experience, which is not telegraphed that well on film.
So,
all right, you guys will see.
Got a couple questions that we'll save for the next couple podcasts. Chris would like to know if we ever thought Loading Ready Run would become as successful as it is. Absolutely, I knew from day one.
I mean, we hoped, I guess.
Yeah,
we hoped. I mean, it's Loading Ready Run. What Loading Ready Run is now.
We didn't plan for
is something completely different from what we were originally thinking about. Yeah. So it's, I mean, I think, I think in our wildest dreams, the Loading Ready Run sketches were probably more popular than they are now, but we never even thought about all the like other stuff.
Yeah.
that would be involved, and that the Loading Ready Run sketches would actually be a comparatively small part of the whole sort of Bionic Trousers Megacorp thing. So that's definitely been totally different, but very exciting.
All right. Will there be behind the scenes videos or blog posts about Strip Search?
To an extent, not like
not loading.
Certainly
times.
Not loading times, because everyone there was there for a goddamn reason.
Yeah, if there's
that reason was not filming behind the scenes.
Yeah. We have lots of behind the scenes photos and stuff though. So
yeah,
I'm sure there'll be blog posts and things. But probably the actual, rather than Loading Ready Run, the Strip Search website is probably the best place to go for any kind of media like that.
Yeah, I know that they've been. I know that PA has been compiling all the behind the scenes footage and photos, and I'm sure they'll be doing some stuff there.
So that's stripsearch.tv. In case you don't know.
I've answered that many times. Who do you think is more polite as a nation, Canada or Britain?
Canada. Yeah. I mean, I love Britain and I've been there, but
no.
Are you seriously asking which is more polite? The nation that is has an international reputation for saying sorry excessively, and the nation that spawned football hooliganism, right?
Yeah, that's true.
Hey, we have our own hooligans. We've got hockey hooligans.
Yeah, but that only happens when the Canucks make the playoffs. The football hooligans is like if your team loses that afternoon.
Yeah.
I like this question because he compares us to Homestar. Dear Professor Lur, thanks for replacing the Homestar runner-shaped hole in my life. What are your thoughts on Homestar Runner?
Oh,
I miss it too.
I wish
There-
I had something to fill the Homestar Runner shaped
Yeah.
hole in my life.
I watch our stuff and it doesn't do it for me.
I've actually, for some reason, just recently I started thinking about it again, and I've actually been like going back, nostalgically going back to the Homestar Runner and just like hitting random over and over again,
we made that.
watching random videos.
We made that Homestar reference in Unskippable the other day, and since then I've been like, yeah, Homestar.
A lot of when
makes
you
me
guys
sad.
showed that episode of Unskippable at TsukinoCon, a lot of people got that reference and thought it was amazing.
Yeah,
Yeah.
which is
Surprising.
Homestar had a massive amount of pull. Like you still see people with T-shirts and stuff on the
Yeah.
bus.
mm-hmm.
Actually a good trick. What I did a while ago is there's the Homestar Wiki, which I think is hrwiki.org.
Yep.
While homestarrunner.com itself doesn't have any kind of RSS feed or anything, the wiki does. And so I've subscribed to the Homestar Runner wiki RSS feed so that I will be notified if by some miracle they ever update again.
It's I can't remember which brother
Because there's
it
no
is.
there's no closure to it because they
Yeah.
never actually said that they were stopping.
But like one of them has a Twitter account, and like 10 months ago, he tweeted some tweet that was like presented without comment or something, and it was like a cell phone picture of a monitor with like the title block for a script for like Speemail number 1, the next one,
Nice.
but nothing. They never did it, and
Jerks.
Well,
I still don't know why they stopped. I know that
I
at
think
one
they
point
had
one of them,
kids.
they had kids during it. Like at one point, one of their kids is in an episode, and she's like 6 at the time. Like that obviously wasn't a problem.
Like, didn't they just get bigger and better jobs? Is that?
Well-
I thought that's what I.
One of them is on Yo Gabba Gabba. or
Yeah, one of them
writes
does writing
for-
and directing for Yo Gabba Gabba. But I recall seeing a quote from one of them being like sort of a vague quote, basically along the lines of, "Why would anyone voluntarily stop doing something like Homestar Runner?"
Okay.
So it's like I assume something happened that made them stop, but they've
never said
they're
why.
really private guys.
Yeah.
Oh, that'd be sad.
Yeah.
Next, any plans for the next GPLP?
Yes.
Yes.
All right, there we go. Andrew, our friend and yours, photographer at Desert Bus, asked a
Yeah.
whole bunch of dumb questions.
Thanks, Andrew.
And then his final one is, do you answer questions completely unrelated to video games? I think he thought this might have been those games
Just the video game podcast?
the video game podcast, and then perhaps this should have been first. One of his questions is, how do you feel about the so-called rubber room system in place for New York City school teachers? I don't even know what that means.
oh, I know what the rubber room system
What
is.
is it?
Basically, New York has a weird union system where teachers can't really get fired until they go through like a big tribunal, and it takes a long time, and there's a lot of paperwork, right?
Tribunal puts a great
Yeah,
mental image
yeah.
into my head.
Okay, so
Sorry,
but
keep
basically,
going.
there's a lot of if a teacher does something like super illegal or like really bad, yeah, they can be fired. But if they're just like not doing very well, or sometimes people just do badly at their jobs, instead of just getting fired or laid off or something like that, the process to get this happening takes literally 5 or 6 months. So the teachers can't teach at this time because they're under review. So they go to the rubber room, which is basically a room with no windows and all fluorescent lighting in the New York City school district headquarters office, and they just sit there all day and do nothing.
And get paid for it.
And they get paid for it, but it's awful because they have to be there because they have to report to work.
Yeah.
But there's nothing to do in there.
Man,
there's
I
no
would- that
computers.
seems-
I would
weird.
rip through so many DS games.
Well, yeah, but wouldn't you get bored of that after a while?
Yes.
Wouldn't that be demoralizing?
Yes.
And the problem is the system is just really inefficient and backed up. They're not supposed to be there for 5 or 6 months, but sometimes they are. Sometimes they're
Bring
there
your
for longer.
laptop, get some editing done.
That's
Yeah.
messed up.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah,
so
no,
that's,
It's-
I do not agree with this.
I've seen seen some stuff really exciting that stuff that the Bill and Melinda Gates Foundation is doing in terms of re-evaluating how teachers are measured, and how to get better teachers, and because right now the system is very not good. Certainly, I don't know that much about what it's like in Canada, but just from what I've heard about what it's like in the States, there's some serious problems about just teachers not actually being able to get information about how well they're doing at being teachers, and so it's very difficult for them to improve. And so there's some very, very interesting stuff going on in pilot schools that I hope continues on.
All right. We are probably coming pretty close to the end. I'm still using the hourglass.
I think it's working well.
Yeah. So we're going to do a couple quick ones before we wrap up here. The responses so far to Strip Search have been
Positive?
I would say positive.
Positive, yeah, definitely.
I like this one. And I don't know the answer. How many of the Strip Search artists knew of Loading Ready Run before the filming of Strip Search?
One.
Well, no, I think one or two of them were familiar with some of the stuff we'd done, like with Checkpoint or whatever.
Okay.
But I remember on the first day, while Theo was miking them up one at a time, I went out to check on how that was going while he was miking up Monica, and she was like, "Your voice sounds really familiar. Where would I know your voice from?" And I was like, "Well, I don't know. Do you watch Unskippable and The Escapist?" And she was like, "You're Unskippable?" And I was like, "Yeah, Paul's inside. He also does Unskippable." And she's like, "What?" And so yeah, she was really excited to meet Paul and I.
That's sweet.
But apart from that, everyone else was like, "I think I've seen Checkpoint."
Yeah. We think we know who you are.
Some of the people on Strip Search hadn't actually seen like PATV.
Well, that's the
before.
thing. Monica
Yeah.
hadn't actually seen PATV though,
Yeah.
That's awesome.
so she did not know what she was getting in for.
Sweet. Are you guys going to the next Escapist Expo? I believe.
I
think
believe
so,
so,
yeah.
and I think it's gonna be more than just Paul and I this time.
we haven't really heard too much about it yet. But
Yeah, I think it's still pretty early stages for them.
We've been.
so-
I know that The Escapist has invited Loading Ready Run.
Yeah.
Last year that was just Paul and I, so we'll see.
What are you most looking forward to at PAX that we're not involved in?
I don't even know what's at PAX this year. I've been too busy with
I
Strip
mean,
Search.
like, I don't know at all. I mean, PAX is PAX. It's always sort of the same thing. I like getting on the show floor for an hour and checking some stuff out and playing Magic and generally just seeing people that you don't see very often.
Yeah, does that count as a thing we're not
Like-
involved in? Just like seeing
Yeah,
people that
like-
I like to see.
Yeah.
I feel like you'll be involved in that.
Yeah.
So like that's what I'm most excited for about PAX nowadays. Is just seeing people.
I wish I could see Russ's panel, but it conflicts with the Strip Search panel. It's
It's a Polygon panel.
no, it's a panel for his
his
people in the games industry with who are fighting with depression.
Oh.
He's like, this came up a while, like I don't recall his name now. A journalist killed himself some months ago, and this started a big sort of online discourse. And Russ was like, I think there's a lot more depression in this industry than people realize, and everyone's afraid to talk about it. There's more depression everywhere than people are willing to talk about. But so he's set up like a mutual help support nonprofit for that.
Oh wow.
I don't recall the name of it, but there's a panel of it at PAX. So
Cool. Yeah,
if,
that sounds really
if you
cool.
don't get into the Strip Search panel, or if that interests you more, which is actually probably likely for some people, I would check that out. I would like to go to that. I don't suffer from depression myself, but I would like to go to that. But I have to be somewhere else. So
is orange chocolate in fact amazing?
Yes.
No, I disagree.
What?
Yes.
Yeah, no. it's
James
not.
is wrong.
Yeah, that's fine. I'm wrong, but it's gross.
As in
Paul?
orange flavored
Orange
chocolate.
flavored chocolate.
Like a Terry's
Yeah.
chocolate orange.
Yeah, that's
All right,
solid.
I am the odd man out. What's the strangest place you've ever consumed alcohol? Where were we on that road trip that we were like behind some? Were you there, or
You were,
did
like,
you stay at the,
behind
the
grain-
grain solos?
I was at the Grown Solo
The grain silos.
in
Where we-
California somewhere.
was it California
Was it
or-
Northern California? Or
I
was
think
it
it was
like
northern.
Oregon?
It was either Northern California or,
Or
Southern
south.
Oregon.
Yeah. So, anyways, we had like it was on the road trip in 2007 when we went to
Comic-Con.
San Diego Comic-Con, and we'd arrived in whatever town we were staying at really late.
I think Paul, Alex, and I stayed at the hotel.
The rest of us ventured out to find beer,
Which you can do at a
which-
7-Eleven.
Which you can do at a 7-Eleven in America. So because there were no bars nearby, we went to the 7-Eleven. We got some tall
Were you guys old enough to
boys.
drink?
Yes. Yeah. That's where the story goes. So we get a couple tall boys, and then we start walking back, and there are the grain silos, and we were like, let's just drink here. And we all crack our beers open, and then like not 30 seconds later, freaking cop comes up and drives up beside us, and we're like, shit. He pulls up beside us and basically just sort of says, "Don't do that. You guys are bad." But then,
Especially with a minor with you.
yeah, and he points to Matt.
Is he older than half the people there?
And Matt, I mean, he was just the same age as everybody there, but like,
But he was the one who was like driving us most of the time too.
well, yeah, but I
He
mean,
and
like,
Ben.
He's like, I'm 25.
yeah,
And the best part, I wasn't there, but
Yeah.
just hearing Adam retell his story, the best part about it is, Matt's like, no, was it 25?
he would have been 24,
20,
25.
yeah, he's like, no, I'm 24. And the cop looks at him and goes, no shit.
yeah,
Just like not like disbelief, just like, well, good for you.
Yeah.
And then
Yeah,
checks his
you'll-
ID and is
you'll
like,
look
well,
15.
what do you know?
All right. There's quite a few questions here. We're only do one more. I like this one. If any of you had some role in a large budget film, how would you go about film crew? How would you go about fitting a Loading Ready Run Easter egg into the film? I would take Spot the dog.
Oh my god, that'd be the best.
If it's like somehow I would make that happen.
Just,
I don't know
it'd
how.
be like, just do this for me. Just
Yeah.
put it in the set.
Just be like, hey, does anybody see that dog in the back? Can we get how did that dog get in the background? Can somebody take that out?
You just hear in
No,
the
it has to
background.
be there.
Yeah, probably that, or like maybe like graffiti the logo on a wall in the background
Yeah,
somewhere.
or just like I don't know. Yeah, I don't know.
Yeah, anything where there's like, or like a creepy doll,
Yeah,
like on a shelf somewhere, and like
Yeah.
if there's like a kid's room or something, just
Yeah.
like a creepy doll on a shelf.
something that obviously wouldn't compromise the integrity of whatever you're shooting, because that's unprofessional. But
Right.
definitely try to sneak something like that in there.
Absolutely.
All right, any more questions?
There's a lot, but I think that's
We gotta-
enough,
we
and
gotta
we're-
wrap it up
we're-
there.
We're over time, so
Yeah.
thank you for tuning in.
Yeah.
Watching, listening, whatever you guys do.
All right, let's have our outro music here.
Okay.
Are you ready for this?
I probably not.
All right.
We'll talk to you guys next time.
Doodaloo doodaloo doodaloo
It's a hornpipe. Stop.